Playlist. First impressions. Done. Text. Enable live chat. Live chat replay. Save. Oops. Okay. Sup, Dark? How you doing? So, like, did people forget they have to answer a question? Like, my giveaways are now kind of like pseudo quizzes. You actually have to answer the question. Oh yeah. I didn't. Again, Dark. I didn't buy this. I have not bought this at all. Because I am a community contributor. I have it on loan for a month. I guess now. Apparently, I thought it was 3 days. No, it's apparently a month. Granted, most tanks I just end up having removed from my account per my request because I don't want to keep them in my garage and forget about them. So I just kind of have them removed once I'm done. Um, but yeah, I got the Icebreaker. We're gonna do the stream. Sup, Medved? What's going on? How you doing? Um, but yeah, this is going to be the first look, my first look at the Icebreaker. Again, guys, apologies on the fact that I haven't been streaming lately. That's fixed now. We have completed the task at hand today. So we are good, back to regular streaming schedule. And yeah, so there's that. And then today is also election day. So everyone has been voting. So I went out and voted. And yeah, that took a while. So that's kind of why I was late. I thought I'd get out faster than I thought. Well, I thought I'd get out faster than I actually did. Anyway, I tried with the limited time that I had. I tried looking at the tank, and from what I've seen stat wise compared to Xbox, well, console and PC, is that I don't believe they have actually messed with it that much. Armor is more or less the same here. And at least the gun statistics of this tank are more the gun, the speed, all that stuff is more or less the same. If anything did change, it definitely is going to probably be on the soft stat side. But I think this is one of these very rare tanks that they just did not touch. Armor-wise, this tank is, for the most part, going to be pretty strong by the looks of it, hull down. Of course, you got that obvious weak point right there on the side of the turret. But, of course, this can be dealt with by simply trying to find the best way to, by side scraping off, like, off this side instead of this side. So, you know, side scrape off your right side, or just doing the weird gun thing where you're blocking the gun with the cupola with your gun. Sup, Rich? How you doing? Being honest, I will go and give my absolute damn hardest with this thing, but I would like to make a disclaimer. As you can see, I have not gone up any German heavy line at all. So I have no idea how to really play these rear side scraping things, but I have the 215B, so more or less that should be that's kind of, that equates kinda. I mean, it's more squishy, so I kind of know how to angle. If I can make the 215B work, and that's more squishier than this thing, I think I can probably make this work. Lower plate is a weak spot. I'd have to. I know if you're cresting a hill, it will be, as even some tier 6s will be able to pen this. But as you can see, the lower plate is 160 millimeters, and that's just flat armor. That's not even effective. That's not even with the affected armor angle, I believe. So yeah. Yeah, I won't lie. Getting double XP like that sucks. But unfortunately, that's kind of why I stopped caring about wins. Really, as long as I have a good game, it's a win for me, and then I'll just keep going until I get my daily doubles. But yeah, lower plate seems to be strong for the most part, at least flat on. From what the research that I did do with the 20 minutes that I had here, it is flat terrain is going to be its best suited type of stuff. I mean, you aren't trying to fight around hills and stuff like that. That's where you're going to kind of struggle. Flat terrain where you can just kind of stay flat and go hull down, like urban areas and, certain parts of open maps where you can go hull down or fight on the smaller edge of a hill or something like that. You kind of get the idea. But, Dark, it pretty much would play like that line. It definitely would. But again, it's I don't have any German heavy tanks, so I have almost no idea how to play it. But again, if I can make the 215B work, I think I can make this work. Although this is not a ridgeline tank at all. This has 5 degrees of gun depression. Oh, goodness. Again, before I head into battle real quick, and also this will be an hour-long stream, because that's what I'm going to keep my first look vids at. You cannot put camouflage on anything. Inscriptions go there. Obviously, you see the emblems. And then the flag, for those that care, that's where your flag goes. Alrighty. Sup, Fire Phoenix. Now, without farther ado, let us get into a game. And if for some reason I come off too loud, please, excuse me, let me know, and I will try and adjust it. That's the impression that I got. I don't know what gun the Tier 9 can get, but this thing has a 128 millimeter gun. So if the Tier 9 does not get 128 millimeters, then I do believe probably it might be a better gun. I do know that, at least on PC, they said the damage on this gun is the highest of any Tier 8. I don't remember if it was heavy or just overall. And again, since we have a whole bunch of other Tier 8 tanks now, it's kind of hard for me to say if that is actually the case here on console. It's also not a speed demon. It goes 30 top speed, so don't expect to get anywhere crazy fast, but it definitely is faster than the Tier 8 VK100. Chris, what makes you say that we're going to get the Ragnarok back? Because I haven't seen anything about that. And again, just because they brought the black tanks back does not mean they're going to bring the red or the blues. I'd like to point that out. Yeah, but there's also again, there's like 6 Black Edition tanks. And, you know, just because they say limited, you know, there's a ton of limited tanks. Let's be honest, there's already a ton of them. But what tank are you playing there, Rich? Because if you're playing something that, I mean, for all I know, you're playing it wrong. I can't, you know, just straight up saying you're getting smashed doesn't really help me much.
The enemy knows our location.
Good side scrape off this left side now. Okay. So I'm already at an extreme angle. And yeah. So now the premium rounds are coming out, and I'm dead. So against premium rounds, this is at least of the Chieftain gun, and not going to do jack shit. Even upping the wording that upping. What the fuck? Damn, I am pulling a straight blank shot with the with terminology here. I don't know why. Rich, this is the new tank that was released today, the Icebreaker. We saw that with standard rounds, it was bouncing reliably. You know, but then they brought out premium rounds and said, "F you," and that was the end of it. Granted, I probably should have moved, but that was my. I figured it was just the one tank. No, they moved to premium rounds. I wasn't expecting them to pen my side like that. It definitely is a sturdy turret against 8s and 9s. Yes, Rich, it is a premium. If you do look at, this is just another thing. Highly encourage you every week. At least Monday, Tuesday, probably Wednesday would be the good idea. Just to make sure you got everything. Really, it is in no way like a waste of time to go and check the web page for updates every week, since, you know, weekly updates are a thing. So a lot of problems can be easily gone around like that, and questions can be answered by simply looking at the web page. I'm only saying this because there have been people that are just completely clueless and don't bother, and then they don't read things and they find out that ops are not what they thought, and then everyone's literally giving them shit, calling them idiots. And I don't want to see people get called idiots, but, you know, people need to read the web articles. Yes. You wouldn't see me doing first looks at tech tree tanks. It's always premiums, because that's what people want. Because it's like people want to see first looks at tanks that they may be spending actual money on. They don't give a crap about something they can grind for free. So Well, fire, it doesn't take long at all. Heck, I even do it at work. You know, if I had my phone with me, you know, it really doesn't take long for me to just have. Why do I have a missed call? Who called me? Okay. So, you know, it wouldn't take long for me to pull out my phone. And since I got Google Chrome and you can obviously have multiple tabs open on your phone, it literally would not take a whole lot for like one night. Just open up a tab for the console news section and then just, you know, come Monday, just refresh it. You know, just open it up, just refresh it real quick. If you see anything interesting, you click on the article when you have time. If not, you just close it down and whatever. No time at all. Like literally no time at all. Highly encourage everyone to do that. Ah, shit. Fuck. Well, there goes 3 of my XP boosts out of like all of them. I don't care. I really wish I could have it. Don't care. Let me go make sure these are off. I don't even know why they're on. I don't even know why they're on. What's up, Midway? What's going on? Alright, let's do this again. So just a reminder, guys, this is going to be an hour stream for the first look. I'm going to get as many games as I can with this. So far, we have learned that standard rounds with tier 10s, the fabled L11 120mm gun so far, with its standard APCR, Sabo rounds, are can bounce off that turret. You hit the premium rounds, and apparently the side is going to be a bit of an issue. Oh, crap. I forgot there's that, like, little bulge on the side of the turret that is also... No, side of the hull where the turret ring is. That is a bit of a weak point. I forgot about that. It's very small. It's not as prominent as, like, on the VK72 whatever tier 10 thing. But it is there. I'm doing alright, Midway. How about yourself? See, I like how, you know, a lot of rumors are that you will, I'm going to get totally focused by that platoon. Alright, guys, I'm going to just assume that this game's not going to last long. Purely because I'm going to totally get focused by UMF because I'm new. Alright, Fire, thanks for stopping by and chatting for a little bit. And, of course, this will be on demand, so if you feel like looking at it later, by all means, it will be there. And I wish you good studying. I am glad, though, that the skin at least is not some Hot Wheels glitter, you know, pimp my ride thing. God, I really could not handle another one of those. But getting back on the topic, I'm really glad, you know, people say, you know, your first game is always going to be like top tier. First game was last game, and I was bottom tier. So that's obviously saying something. That rumor is a lie. Tuesday's on my team, okay. Nice. See, I'm not going to get anywhere quickly, especially on soft terrain. I am like the speed of like a T95. And it's this type of situation right here that I learned to stay away from. You don't want to crest, because by cresting you literally flatten your lower plate, and that is... Hello. Yes, I do damage.
Releasing target.
I don't think he realizes just how big of a threat I am. I don't ask me, Chris. I don't know. I'm not in charge of tank names and things. I wish I was. I wish I was in charge of the design team. I'm not.
They found us.
This thing also does have really good pen, by the way.
Target locked. Enemy's got us in their sights.
Although, as usual, maneuverability is going to suck.
Dropping target. I got him. Ready to fire on target. Ready to fire.
Oh. Don't do it.
Ready to fire on target.
This is my chance to strike.
Target locked. They've spotted us. Penetration. Releasing target.
And just like that, his HP has gone to 0.
Locked on. Loaded and ready.
This gun is big, 128 millimeters. With .39 accuracy. I believe you could look at it like that, Chris.
Enemy's got us in their sights.
I'll show you my equipment. If, no, I do remember what equipment I have. I have rammer, vents, and vert stabs. Again, because I want this to kind of more be like a brawling mid-range type of thing, so I don't need to be spotting.
Connected.
So I have pretty much improved the gun stats, like aim time, accuracy. UDES is going to literally just shit on me, and I'm not happy about that.
All our artillery has been destroyed.
Yeah, you thought I was on that corner, did ya? Did ya, bud?
Focus on this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, damn, okay, I missed
Dropping
that.
target. They found us. Locked on. The engine is holding together for now. Don't push it. The enemy knows our location. Releasing target.
Damn it.
Damage.
Nope, dead. Another terrain irregularity that they said. Pretty much, again, terrain. Backing up on the slopes. Going up slopes. In that case, yeah, just a perfect good shot on my... oh, he penned me right there in the lower plate. That should have been stronger. No, Dark, you cannot. If it was not advertised as an awakened tank, then it is not an awakened tank. I don't know. Where are you guys hearing these weird rumors? Because people just start some of these just randomly for bullshit. I hate to say it, guys, but a lot of that stuff, no. Monster Mode ended, I'd like to remind you guys, the same day this tank was released. So you can't even test that theory. So, I mean, where did that come from? Medved, what do you mean by help the reload? Like, the vents help with the reload, and since my crew is brothers in arms, that helps also with the reload. The only thing that I'm missing to actually put it down to a really good amount of reload time, or pretty decent reload time, is chocolate, but I save those for tanks I'm 3-marking and stuff. We have 3K combined game there, which I'll take. Yeah, but those limited tanks are almost always going to be the black tanks, because those were always the most highly requested. The blue and the red just became memes. They didn't become highly sought after because they've only been sold once. Definitely the Dragon Bear. Definitely the Dragon. Really, though, it comes down to what do you want? Do you want a good, capable tank, or do you want something to train and prepare for a line? That's what it comes down to. But straight up, I'd say the Dragon, because the Dragon's a little bit more competitive in terms of what you get out of it. STRV S1, dude, like even equal tier, I can pen that thing. No, they, no, I do believe they did sell them last Black Friday. I do believe they sold them last Black Friday. Jesus Christ.
We'll be back.
I mean, yeah, but again, if you know how to work the thing and do the fact that most of the time when I brawl, I stick with tanks that can support me, that reload isn't much of an issue. I mean, again, it's like I got a 128 centimeter gun that even will make tier 10s kind of be like, oh, okay. This can hurt me. No, Chris, the anime tank's probably not coming back. Fury, I'm surprised he even managed to come back, at least here on console. What's the point, Medved? So we got one game, one. All right, that's an okay game. I don't know about trading. I mean, if you're in a really, really strong position, you know, you might be able to keep people from getting around to your sides. But, you know, if people realize how much distance you have between your reloads there, and they realize that, again, the side armor is only 100 millimeters flat on. So, you know, anything with 100, you know, able to pen 100 millimeters is going to pretty much be, you know, a threat to you if it gets onto your side like this. Oh yeah, again, 128 millimeter gun right here. It is big. It is chunky. Would that be the right term for it? I don't even know. I don't even know if this is. I'm gonna go this way and hope to God I don't get shot trying to cross. I don't know about thick. I think more of like length, to be honest. I'm looking at length.
Target locked. The enemy knows our location.
Nah, I wouldn't say it's the same thing. I wouldn't compare it to a dreadnought. No. But doing this, even some tier 6s can pen my lower plate like that.
They've spotted us. Like that one went right
And
through.
you did.
Got a lock. Reloaded. Releasing target. Put a hole in their armor.
Ooh, this might actually be a good angle right here.
Enemies.
Hello. Yeah, that's right.
That one.
Alright, I got pen on the side right there. And then another one shot got my Cupola.
Ready to fire.
Dude, I'm getting shot straight up like, okay, that's cool, I guess.
They found us. We lost a friendly vehicle. Target's down. Gonna take longer to fire the gun. All our artillery has been destroyed. They've spotted us. Releasing target. Penetration.
Nope, dead for the Hydra. What's up, Eric? Yeah, but the 590 is a high roll. It's not even... It's not its average amount of damage. No, Chris, I have nightmares about my name being misspelled and then it being accepted by society. That's my biggest nightmare. This is a close game. I don't know because I don't have many German tanks with a 128 centimeter gun. As far as I know right now, the Icebreaker is the only one I got. Unless the Grill has 128 centimeters, but I don't know that off the top of my head. But I have never seen something like that roll for 600s unless excuse me, it's got HE or something. Look how close this game is. I was trying to, the other night, yesterday night, we were trying to, me and some buddies that were in Artie were trying to help me 3-mark the 5-1. Spoiler alert. It's done. It's done now. And for some reason, this game was stupidly close. I mean, like, it should not have been this close, and it just was stupidly close. It was like, goodness. I don't know how you spell my name there, Chris? It's right. I don't really want to show you my full name. Let's start a party. There you go. There's my name. There's my name. Yeah, I should have hold down 257. Not hold on. Banana Road. Yeah, but you probably, I mean, what was that? HE 257. You probably hit him in the top of the turret, and turrets are kind of weak spots and stuff. Especially susceptible to HE because that's splash damage. I wish these games would kind of just ending. There you go, Rich. There we go. My nightmares will secede for the evening. See, I'm not too worried about my name being misspelled. It does get a little annoying, but it's something that it just kind of comes with the name because it's so uniquely spelled. So, you know, it kind of makes a nice conversation piece of, like, it's actually with an E-R-R-E, whatever, but, you know, that's fine. It messes up all the time. You know, I'm not much of a ladies' man, but, you know, it's kind of when I point that out sometimes and say my name gets messed up all the time, too. Kind of as a nice flirtatious thing. Sometimes. Not all the time. It doesn't work with like those old lady like secretaries. No, don't do that. Just I don't even do that. Just, no. It's just weird. But the ones my age, I guess. I don't know. Oh, of course you get paid to smile and wave when you're a secretary, so I don't know how much that actually works. Nor do I really go to bars that often, so I don't know how much that works. I'd like to just float my own ego and assume that it works. But, you know, yeah, whatever. Spelled with a Y? See, now that I'd have to see. Okay, so... Not much really there to show, but I will say I am moderately enjoying the freshness of this tank. Oh, yeah, I've seen that, Medved. I've seen what you're talking about now. Yeah. No, I've kind of seen that. I think that's kind of more of like a... I don't know where that is, but you won't find that type of spelling here in the States very often. Rich, that happens all the time. You should have seen me on Friday. Oh my god, trying to 3-mic the 5-1 on Friday. Had like 3 really good games. Went up. I went from like 89 to 93. Everything was bad games. By the end of the night, I was at 90. I was back down to 90. I was like, and we're done. Huzzah! A top tier game. Let's see how this works. I'm going to go into the river. Medved, you might be right on that. That does kind of seem like an Australian thing. Won't lie, I do also like the skin. Granted, I think it's just they straight up put one of like the default desert skin, one of the desert skins on this thing and just called it the Icebreaker for some reason. Who knows? I don't know if this player knows how to Centurion. He's going to a spot that is not made for a Centurion. Sir, you'll be probably the first to die. Yeah, he does not know how to simply Centurion. He's just sitting there. What is this matchup right here? This is just a horrible matchup. See, I don't want to get shot in the rear by some dude that's sitting around here, but... Is this going to be one of these games where I do like 0 damage because everyone's just playing it weird? Nah, he moved, okay. I can't even answer what the hell I'm witnessing right now. Am I really managing to go around through... I need some actual action. Of course, this is so heavily stacked. There's some people. Oh, yes.
Unlocking target. Locked and loaded. Target locked. Enemy's got us in their sight. Ready to fire on target.
This is unbelievable.
Releasing target. Like that one went right.
I mean, I'll accept that.
Target locked. Unlocking target. She's loaded. Locked on. Target locked.
See, now I'm just kind of getting... Just gonna dive. Oh. Okay.
Locked on. Ready to fire.
I played this wrong. I played poorly here. I did. I overextended. Kind of was expecting these mediums to actually be more mediums, but they're just kind of hovering around here. They don't want to cap the base, but, you know. And a tiger trying to fight hull down against a freedom. I can't really say other than I played this wrong. I played that game completely wrong. I won't lie, it's refreshing though, not just having like a copy-paste Russian heavy or another Centurion or another light tank. Stop with the light tanks, please. I won't lie, it is very refreshing having something actually legitimately new that I have never played and trying to play it. Although, having this guy completely blind to a tier 8 heavy tank behind him just makes me want to farther reiterate the importance of map awareness. That's wonderful. Sup, EF? I'd like having like just some weird spivots here. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. Dude, I don't even know what I'm witnessing. Stop aiming for the tracks. Stop it. There you go, he's dead. Turn around, stop aiming for the tracks of the Dragon, and just shoot the damn Dragon. No, EF, it's not really bad games. I wouldn't call it that. More of interesting games, to be honest. Because they're not bad. And they're not really good. More of just... Although we can see that the armor does hold up even top tier. I won't lie, I was not expecting that play. But at the same time, to be granted, I should have paid more attention to their lineup because I mistook them having the same amount of heavy tanks as when only they had a shit ton of medium tanks and only one heavy tank, and we had like 4 or 5 heavy tanks. So, yeah, I expected actually a much heavier push down the ravine when I was sorely mistaken. So. Now we play this game of waiting. Don't we like waiting? Of course, I have only myself to blame for the waiting part. I think the Yuta is screwed off somewhere. Although this guy has like... I don't think he knows what he's doing exactly. You know, that might be another video I might put together of... Did you know that you can, by simply holding RB, you can look around without exposing weak points of your tank? Smoked pork. Yeah. Do like pulled pork, especially when it's been, you know, seasoned in root beer. Yes, that actually is a thing, and it does taste good. Yes, Rich, you can look around by holding RB, and you will not rotate your turret. I am now making a video because of you, Rich. Jesus. Good lord. Although it did take me a little bit to realize that I could do that too. Hell, I didn't even learn that till 3 years into the game. Now I do it all the time. Pilsen. A map that I could probably do something on so long as I am not getting screwed over by matchmaking. No problem, Medved. No problem. You know, if you're actually curious about that and you're in my Discord, hit me up and I will find out to see how long you're supposed to let that simmer or how much you're supposed to let that simmer in of root beer. And so that way you aren't experimenting and your first experience with root beer seasoned pulled pork isn't ruined. So... Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna try something. We're gonna go straight to 2020 here. I'm not much of a pork person, but pulled pork is alright. I don't mind it. Both are pretty good. I prefer the Conqueror just because it's a good tank. What? Oh,
I
Jesus.
see one of them. Like that one went
Yes. Did you realize that I have 520?
in their sight. Ready to fire on target. Ready to fire.
Oh, all those arties are in a platoon. That's wonderful.
Enemy artillery's got a lead on us.
You can fuck off, dude. Jesus.
We fixed the track. Let's roll.
It's a 58. Oh my god, of course. I'll have to do one more game, and I gotta go do dinner stuff. I mean, unfortunately, because of this tank here, it's this is the thing, and this is my own personal thoughts on it. But you know, you guys, everyone always expects to have, you know, to know if it's worth it right off the bat. And to me personally, the more I do these like first impression vids or streams, the more I'm like, this is completely pointless because all you ever do is get focused. And you know, that doesn't really showcase the capabilities much of the tank if you're going to get just harassed by arty the whole time. And before someone says play fucking arty safe, let me tell you, there is no such thing as arty safe in this game. If the vehicle can move around and relocate to where you're no longer arty safe, then there is no such thing as arty safe. Because they aren't permanently stationary, so you can't play arty safe. Just, those are disgusting. Those four just, you... Okay. Those, oh, 4, 3 already. Jesus. I didn't realize there was 9 already on their team compared to our 6. Don't ram it, you... Oh my god. Now your gun's knocked out. Now you're getting chased by everyone. Now you're just dead. That was not even worth it. So, yeah. So I don't know. Like, more personally, I'm like, these would be much better that if these were done, you know, like a month after. That way everyone's done focusing these damn tanks because everyone likes shooting the new tanks. You're not being rushed all the time. You know, most people already know how to defeat it. So at that point, that's where you can push the capabilities because now it's been already integrated into the environment. It's not brand new to where people don't know how to pen it. And so you make it seem better than what it actually is. Or worse than what it actually is. Because again, you're either doing insanely good because no one knows how to deal with you yet, or you're just doing insanely bad because you're being focus fired because you're new and everyone wants to kill you as quickly as possible before you actually become a threat. So, it's... yeah. That's just my opinion some more as it is. Now, provided this game ends quickly enough, I will go and do one more game. But, you know, yeah, I don't see this taking 5 minutes, but we never know. So I'd love for you guys to go make that argument with Renegade and Lucky Star. They're chill people, just not hating on them, but they're very very adamant pro Artie people. I hate to say it, but it's like politics are even involved in the CCs. I won't lie, politics are kind of a little bit in the CCs right there. I am on the fence with like Artie having a place in the game, but I do feel it needs to be completely reworked because it violates the fair play policy. But, I do think they have a place in the game, and I do think they have potential to be very helpful in the game, but as it stands, it is just like, what, I'm, like, I like them when you're on my team, but I absolutely hate them when you are on the other team. So, yeah, that was just a bad game. I got focused by 9 artillery. But, yeah, they are very much pro Artie, so more than likely you could try and make that same argument with them, and they'll just tell you to just shut up and accept it, but politely. But I mean, let's be honest. If someone is just like, someone says like, you just accept it. It's in the game. It's not going away. Pretty much, no matter how polite you could be. And I'm sure some people kind of get that same thought with me sometimes with the way I word things, is that you get like the idea of like, pretty much you're politely saying just shut up and accept it. Oh man, I know there's been some times where somehow I've said things like that, and that's not... Yeah. See, I like the way the equalizer is. You get a total of like 500, like if you have the barrage mechanic, and you get like, let's say for example, T92 has 1,000 damage potential, okay, with one shot. Let's say he gets the barrage mechanics with 4 shot. Well, now it's like 250 or something. You get a total potential damage out of those 4 shots of 1,000 damage. So each shot could be like 250 damage. So if all 4 of them get near you and connect or something like that, then yeah, there's 1,000 damage. But if you get hit by 2 of the 3, well, there it is. You only have 450 damage dealt to you. See, I think if all the Artie had the barrage mechanic, I would be more accepting of artillery, because at least it doesn't feel as bad. But as it stands, where you can get nuked from orbit and then pretty much nothing you can do about it, yeah. How did this go from a first look at this thing to let's talk about Artie? We're going to have a different discussion for that one day. Right now, we're focusing on this thing. And is this going to be a thing? And when I did my research, from what I gathered was always go to a place where there's buildings. Another challenger has appeared. Yes. I didn't mean to do that, but it happens. Oh shit. Oh, that was my own fault. I didn't angle correctly. So used to having a large repair kit now with my 5-1 that I'm assuming I have a large repair kit.
Enemies looking right at us.
You may have tracked me, but you did nothing.
Trap prepared. Right on. Ready to fire on target. Hit 'em hard.
That time you did something. My team is failing.
Gun is damaged. You can't fire accurately. Locked and loaded. They've spotted us. Enemy exposed. We lost
Yeah,
the track.
boy.
We're sitting ducks. Track repaired. Drive on. Got 'em locked. They destroyed one of our tanks. The enemy knows our location.
Really? Oh. And Artie again. It's farther proving my point, unfortunately. Gun handling is base accuracy is 0.39. I think you can get this down to 0.37 or 0.36 accuracy with chocolate vents and BIA and stuff. Of course, our team fell again, as usual. Don't we love that? What was our matchmaking here? Okay, so we had 2 Conquerors that obviously did not go with us to the city, I don't believe. We had 257 who obviously did not go to the city. Okay. Compared to the E75 and their tanks, heavy tanks that went to the city. Interesting how that developed. And their Icebreaker, I don't know. He might have actually done better than me for all I know. I don't know. But it's more of designed to be a mid-range slash. It's supposed to be more of like a mid-range type of brawler. But it's an interesting tank because I've never played something like it. Like I pointed out at the beginning of my stream, I have never touched the tech tree. Samal, you literally joined right at the end for me to give my verdict because, yeah. I've never touched the German heavy tank lines at all. Ever. Never. I don't like German tanks. I just don't. So, honestly, this will not be staying in my garage just because I'm not a big fan of German World War II tanks. I'm just not. So it's, yeah, that's just why it won't. I will probably keep the tank for the duration of my rental period just because, and this is why I kind of encourage you guys to, if you feel like buying it, at least consider getting the base package. By the looks of the stats, it has not been touched majorly. It is not like it, almost like if something has been adjusted, I don't know about it, and I haven't seen anyone bitching about it. But so I'm under the assumption that this tank has not been touched statistically when it got transferred over to console. So if you're one of those people, I think, you might want to give it a shot. Cody, this vehicle, this VOD is going to go up on the playlist here shortly, so you'll be able to look back and see the whole thing. Really, to me, the tank, unfortunately, with the environment that as it is on Tuesday, it's hard to give a verdict on the overall performance because I've had a mix of some pretty good games and also just being straight focused by 9 artillery pieces in one game and like another 3 in another, and then just one obvious bad game performed by me. But throughout, from what I've deduced, is that this is very much capable of bouncing some tier 10 rounds until they load premium, and then it don't matter. But of course, it's tier 10 premium rounds, and you're a tier 8, so of course it's not going to matter. But yeah, it can bounce tier 10 stock rounds on its turret. Turret is very strong. The top tier, also very strong. Yeah, Antonio's elite. No, don't leave her in here. God damn it. But what really actually attracts me to this tank, aside from the performance, because again, I can't really give you a good judgment on the performance because of the fact that I have never touched the German heavy tank lines. But because this is not another Russian heavy that almost plays exactly like all the other Russian heavies. No, dog, I love you. Please go away. I love you, Dad. You just open the door. She comes in the room. You don't even bother to take her out of the room. Love it. What attracts me to the vehicle is that it's something fresh. It's not, like I said, it's not a Russian heavy tank that is like every other Russian heavy tank. It's not another British Centurion tank. It's not another autoloader French paste paper thing. It's something new. It's a decently armored, big, heavy hitting gun, rear mounted tank. Like it's something that's off the beaten track that has been 2020. That's what attracts me to it. It might also be a very good crew trainer for that line if you happen to be going up the VK line. You know what? Fine. Fine. You want up? You want up? You want up? No, you want out? Well, you have to wait. Honestly, if you're not a big fan of German tanks, to be honest, really, and you want a crew trainer, Tiger 131, honestly. I don't know. Are there any other German heavy tanks that you could say straight get? Captured KV1, I guess, if you want to go that low. Personally, I think Tiger 131 is really the one you want to get if you want to get a crew trainer. I didn't play the Rip Rod or whatever the heck that thing is. The E75 TS, whatever the thing is called with the Hot Wheel skin. It's kind of plays a little bit like a 277 to where you will bounce shots that you should have taken, and then you'll take shots you should have bounced. At least that was my experience with that tank. But again, we're focusing on the Icebreaker at the moment. Honestly, I do think there are probably would be more better tanks that are of a standard layout that would be much easier and much more fun to play. But if you're looking for something new and fresh, and if you care about it, something that for the most part has not been touched at all statistically, then possibly get the Icebreaker. Heck, it's got a skin that doesn't look like it's been off Pimp My Ride, to be honest. I mean, that's another thing that attracts it. It doesn't look like it's the Glittermobile, okay? I'm sorry that we all know I like tanks that look like this and don't look stupid. But if you're wanting something fresh, new, something like that, hasn't really been touched by statistics, has a big heavy hitting gun. Yes, it has a 128 millimeter gun, 128 millimeter gun. Yeah, I would say probably take a look at getting the Icebreaker. But it does kind of require. Don't go trying to fight tanks alone with this. But if you're kind of on the fence about it and you're like, I don't really want something like this, are there better options? Yes, there are better options, but, are you willing to wait? Or are you trying to train up the VK72 line? Then this might be something to help prepare you for that. I mean, there's multiple factors. I made a video of buying premium tanks. There's a ton of factors you as the consumer have to consider when you do it. Me, I like it because it's new and fresh. Yeah. So I'm probably going to play this a little bit, try and get a vibe on it. Any questions? Anything you guys want to see for those that have shown up? And like Samal said, don't hold your breath with the them tampering stuff. I'm honestly surprised that they really didn't even touch this tank, to be honest. The VK100, though, is slower than this, weirdly. Icebreaker is also one of those tanks where I'm like, yeah, no. Just don't. They did what, Samal? What did they do? Because again, if you're talking about they did adjust it, if it was something so minor that it flew under my radar, then I almost call it negligible. You know, they didn't really mess with the gun handling, at least from what I saw. Dark, those are not main battle tanks. I don't think that's not a class in this game. I wish. The reload, I didn't see that as an actual adjustment. I did not see that. Let me look. I'll have to go rewatch the video that I saw, but I swear to God, the video I saw of the official game showed 18.2 seconds reload in the video. I'm actually going to look. Hold on. What is this called? How to play VK72. Yeah, that one. All right, let me look. Dude, I don't give a shit about YouTube Red. .39. Okay, that's good. Same time. See, I wish they had. I wish they sometimes had the notes in here. You know, they could do that. I'd have to literally look. See, but Dark, unfortunately, the Italians are weird, and their tanks technically could be classified as medium tanks, even though they're heavy tanks, because the rest of the world says that their tonnage is medium tanks. So really, just call them a heavy tank before you get some historical people literally, you know, bitching and complaining. Um, I'm kind of one of those people too, but it's whatever. We all know the Chieftain's an MBT, but they put it as a heavy tank in this game. Beside the point. Beside the point. Small though, I mean, the reload, the 1.2 seconds, if that really is the case, I'm actually going to do a little bit more research on it. Find out, because I thought I saw something where that this was also adjusted as well. The tank on PC was nerfed or something. I don't know. I'm gonna do research. Don't quote me on saying whether or not I'm right or wrong yet, because I'm going to go look and fact check myself. But you know, I swear I saw 18.2 somewhere. So you know, maybe you're looking at stats of a post nerf or something after they made the video. Who knows? But yeah, I'll go take a look on that. The reload and the turret traverse doesn't concern me that much, just because I would be more playing this as a support heavy. I'd be playing this with a group of people. So, you know, if people are expecting this big, lumbering, super heavy behemoth to be able to try and out-rotate light tanks and things that are speedy when this thing can only reach 30 kilometers an hour, I think you're hoping for way too much. And so, again, with a heavy tank, I expect stats like that to be kind of worse. Um, but again, it's like it didn't bother me that much. It really did not bother me that much. Um, but yeah, you're gonna check as well. All right, yeah. All right, cool. Let me know what you find, Samal, because I'd be interested too. I want to see. I want to see that stuff. So, um, yeah. Normally I do tanks GG as well, but again, we know, you know, you know. So any questions, guys? Any questions on stuff? Um, please don't open the door again. I swear to God, just don't open the door unless you're taking the dog out. Okay, just he walked away. Um, Stop it. Okay, the dog is being scratchy now. So yeah, if there are no questions on it, in summary, you know, if you're on the fence about it, you know, if you aren't going up the VK72 line, you aren't needing something to prepare you for the line or whatever, or you're wanting something that actually would be worthwhile as a very, very good tank and a good crew trainer, there are much better tanks out there. If you're looking for something new because you are tired of seeing Russian copy paste, different model heavy tanks and speedy pingy tanks like Centurions and stuff like that, or you're tired of seeing tanks that have big 105s but absolutely crappy gun handling, stuff like that. You want something new. I would take a look at this tank. That's kind of what actually attracts me to want to keep this for the duration of the loan period. Is it's something fresh and new that I've never experienced about. Um, Since I don't have any German heavy tanks, though, I've never touched any of them aside from the premiums. If you're looking for a straight stat comparison, exactly how to play these tanks, I would probably go check out any of the my colleagues that do have these tanks. But for me, as someone, I like the looks. I like that it's new. For that, I would probably almost validate that as a good purchase for me. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be it. Small, I look forward to seeing, and I'll let you know if I find something as well. But since there's nothing new, guys, that's going to be it for the stream. Since I have completed my 3 mark on the 5-1, regular streaming schedule will commence, so you'll see me streaming again tomorrow. So yeah, other than that, guys, oh, there is a new giveaway. Check that out, Atomic Centurion video. Make sure you answer the question. You will not be counted as a valid entry if you don't put an answer to the question. But yeah, that'll be it. Hopefully everyone has a good night. And hopefully I see you guys again tomorrow as well. I know this was short, but that's going to be it. And until next time, guys, this has been Darren of WotC Academy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Wrong program.